People delete the messages though, fool. Well, you know. Yeah.
Hey, what it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho1 of the Pocho Live podcast today. Today, who do we got? It's Lefty Gunplay. He's back in the building. He was on the 200 Girls podcast on Blue Devil, the hater world's, whole situation over there, taking over the internet. Shout out to Blue Devil. He inspired me to actually work on a new set. So here it is, slowly, little poco a poco. Blue Devil, I'm going to get there, you feel me? But anyway, tonight, bro, we're talking about Lefty. He spent about 7 to 8 minutes of his old interview on Daddy. Why, bro? Why? My little old podcast, remember my podcast that gets no views? My podcast that isn't relevant? My podcast that's all up in your business? This is the ultimate Cholo Karen. Gangster Karen in the building, live and direct. Lefty Gunplay, the #1 Gangster Karen. It's all about Lefty, how he wants it. Everybody stop everything for Lefty. He's hard to work with, but it's okay. He's a liability. No wonder he didn't get a deal, bruh. First of all, so I just want to respond, bro, because I respond to real ones, and Lefty's a real one, so I'm going to respond. Even though he crashed out, homie, and you got to learn how to do media training. They put you in that situation, and you crashed out. It don't even look like Blue Devil really tried to put you in that situation. It looked like you really wanted to respond. You're super thirsty, homie. You're talking about me being thirsty, bro. Your whole internet persona has to do with your personality, barely your music. That whole podcast, not once did they ask you about your music, bro. It was all about drama. And then basically, homie, it was all your drama that you created, that you brought up. They didn't even bring it up barely. Except for that full Playgirl, whatever. Playgirl 2 Heartless. That's the funniest name I've ever heard in my life. So first of all, I'm going to break this thing down so everybody can understand. Because recently what happened is about to went on a whole tirade about how horrible I am and how I'm taking money out of all the homies and the big homies. And that's what gangster Karens do. They create one little situation and make it like this big dramatic situation it's like the end of the world, bro. It's wild, homie. And there's one thing, bro, that I've noticed about gangster Karens. Most of them don't have fathers in their lives. And that is telling. That tells you a lot of cholos are feminized, because they're raised by their mothers. And it seems like Lefty wasn't raised by his father. He was raised by a bunch of women that didn't know how to love him, I guess. My mother loves me, Lefty. These are the differences we're going to show about each other. The differences between me and you. My mama loves me. Your mama, you got issues with. I got no issues. I got no issues with my grandma. I got no issues with my family. I don't live in a trailer park. I live in a nice community. You feel me? That's the difference. You're Lefty Gunplay, supposed to be the famous gangbanger, and you're living in an apartment. I'm living in a house. Bro, a guy in a garage can affect you this bad. If I can affect you this bad, bro, how can you ever become a superstar? And yes, it's not just the narrative that I said that you're not going to be a superstar unless you break the actual barrier that we need to be broken. And that's why I started messing with you in the beginning, because I thought you were capable of seeing the bigger vision. I thought Icon was capable of seeing the bigger vision. But you vatos see what's right ahead, right in front of you. Because you got no depth, you got no education, you got no professionalism, and you guys are both not gentlemen. So that's why I don't treat you like. And Lefty, I'm never going to stop talking. Bro, you can't pick and choose. When you speak up and speak out, you got to be ready for anybody coming at you. And you can throw threats, homie. That's little kid stuff, homie. Let's just first and foremost, anytime you want, homie, you never got in my DM and got at me like a G, as like a gangster, homie. You've always been real respectful. Don't make me start putting DMs out, because I'm not going to do all that. But the last DM I got was you saying, I'm going to make it. I got to the radio. And again, like I told you, the radio is nothing, bro. That's the first step in anybody's career making it. That's not that you made it. That's just the first step. You're really turned around on these things. I'm living in a fantasy world, bro. You're living in a fantasy world. You got tattoos all over your face. You got a crazy narrative. You said you did all this time, but it was really broken up, and now it's all questionable. I've never tried to say that I was a big, bad gangster, homie. I just said I'm one of the guys. You feel me? And I'm trying to make a change. And yes, real men, bro. Real men have dreams, and they take actions on those dreams. And my dreams is that brown people don't have to deal with these issues. I hope and pray the next generation of artists never have to deal with what Lefty's dealing with. to be honest, Lefty, I feel bad that you got to deal with this, because I know in your heart you're an artist, and artists see the truth, and they know that it's all about creating art together. It doesn't matter where you're from, Lefty. It doesn't matter where you're at and what you're doing and who you're with, you know. And don't ever, and yes, it is a big deal that I was one of the first people to start speaking on you, because in the beginning, that's the hardest thing to do, is just get anybody speaking on you. But I get nothing but hate. The one person that actually was looking out for you in the beginning. So let's go back. In the beginning of Lefty Gunplay, he was out, he was networking. Look at all the things. They'll all say Capone, he reached out Capone, he reached out all these people, but they lagged it, right? And that's what made OTR special, because they actually went forward with Lefty. OTR's only people, and me. They got all these other people around them now that they're popular, but they weren't all around them in the beginning. Eli Icon wasn't trying to mess with them. The Fool Community wasn't trying to mess with them. They even said that, not yet. But it's true. They said not yet. And then when it was time, they were up there. So I'm not really even hating on them. They had a standard they wanted to stick by, maybe. And that's what it is. But Lefty was networking with all these people. So he was networking with Northerners, I guess. He was networking. And I respect that he said that, if he was in prison, it was cool. But when he got out, he started to adjust, to how the streets are. But bro, you're not dealing with Northerners in the South. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? So then the only Northerners you know are upstate guys. And those are only Northerners you know is through music. So why do you care? You don't have no personal emotional connection to what's going up here. I do. And even though I have an emotional connection to what's going on up here, I'm still willing to put my hand across. But this is what happens, man, when a gentleman tries to be a gentleman. He gets met with this disregard, disrespect, and just degenerate behavior. Saying you're going to threaten me if I go to LA, homie. Come on. First of all, bro, just so you know, homie, I don't care. But you can't be threatening people online. That's terrorist acts, homie. You could lose your probation for that. You're lucky I'm not an actual snitch like some people try to hate on me. I'm not like that. You feel me? The karma that you put out there is going to come back to you, bro. All the issues you've had are coming back to you. You disrespected your north and east or whatever, the local community of Baldwin Park. Then you started disrespecting Northerners, and now Northerners are coming back and hating on you. And you might not consider me whatever. Anybody might not consider me any of that. But I ain't gonna sit here and just let you, disrespect a whole culture of people that I grew up with, that I am. And that we survived a real time, homie. You're in the watered down time, homie. I'm from the 90s, bro. You better ask about me. And just so you know, any time, bro, you can hit me up like a G. And we can meet out there in the ocean like you said you go. Which I don't even think you do, but if you do go to the ocean by yourself, I do too. And we can both meet and we can handle however you want to handle, homie. Because I'm 40 years old, homie, and nobody's ever pumped fear into me. And you're not going to be the first one, homie. All that just showed me that you're scared and that I'm right. That I'm right about you, homie, that you're a scared little boy. You're a little boy that was hurt, and now you're hurting other people. And you're blaming everybody else for your issues. And you're going and crying to your daddy, Blue Devil, your stepdad. But he can't save you, my boy. Only you can save yourself. You don't want me to talk about you, I won't talk about you. But get the story straight. And I didn't say that you wanted a feature. I said, what I was saying was that you were down to do a feature with Rico, and if he was down. He happened to not be down. Remember when I shared the story saying about you guys doing it, and you shared it and he didn't, and you got butthurt? And I'm not saying that's even the reason why you started saying F Norte, but it sounds like a good reason. And if you would have just been smart enough to see the bigger picture, even in the thing, you contradicted. You're the one that followed Rico. Rico didn't follow you. You feel me? You started listening to all those North Annual music that helped you get your swagger, get your sense of style. Those drug dealers' outfits you wear, Asadi or whatever, I forgot his name, shout out to him. He's from our area, the Santa Rosa area, Forestville area. He's from my area, dog. You're wearing Northern California clothing. You're rapping like a Northern California homie. You've never been out here, and the doors are closing on you. You didn't react to the Mexican OT thing good. You're not reacting to a little bit of criticism from me. You're threatening me. You think big major labels want to deal with a liability like you? You reached out to Gold Toes, and I still didn't even bring that up. Don't make me. Gold Toes doesn't want to embarrass you. Don't make Gold Toes come out with the receipts. You really gonna start disrespecting me? Keep talking. Keep talking about me, my boy. This thing does get deeper. It gets real deep. And just know that I've been here a lot longer than you. And I wouldn't have spoken on you if I didn't know the steps that could happen after that. So just know, if you really want to embarrass yourself, let's see how you were jocking Gold Toes. That's why you didn't disrespect him right here. You only disrespected me. Because, yeah, maybe I am a torpedo for my boy. But I ain't letting nobody talk about my people, bro. And you will have to deal with me. That's fine. And just know, I was in LA moving around when you were a child, my boy. So I'm tapped in with grown Southsiders, grown blacks. Remember, I'm a northerner. We rock with the blacks still to this day. So don't ever think that LA is yours. LA is for whoever takes it. And you know this, man. So stop with all the threats, bro. That's not going to work. You will get knocked out, too. So stop with the threats. Focus on your career. I'll talk about you whenever I want, however I want, and you're not going to do anything. And if you and your homeboys, supposedly, shout out to the Kings, shout out to King Cash, he's a real one. I wish you would carry yourself more like him. You'd go further in this career of yours that's already sizzling down. That wasn't even as long as Swifty Blues. Swifty Blues' career was longer than yours. His hype. The southern side, not the other side. And you're over here saying that instead of saying the N-word, I'm going to say cuete, ese with the cuete. That's Swifty Blues terminology, bro. Stop it. You were in jail studying all these fools. Now you're fanning out and you can't handle it because you're a fanboy, because you can't handle your emotions. Did you see all these other guys? They weren't flipping out, but you were. They're making views off of you and laughing at you, your own people. That's what's more funny than all of this. But I'm not living in a fantasy where I have a big dream. And just remember that I was one of the first to ever say it, to ever do it, to ever move through it, in and out through California, trying to unite my people. And yes, bro, I'm not perfect. I'll be making mistakes. I also be emotional. I also be changing my mind and hating and being petty, all that. But at least I'm being me. That's what a podcaster is about, being myself. And you either rocking with me or not, but respectfully, at least knowing that I'm me. I'm not a dropout. I'm not a degenerate. I didn't go to prison. I never snitched. I don't work with the police. I just wanted my people to come together. And pinche, Lefty, you're bringing gang politics into the music. I'm here for the music. You guys keep trying to apply the gangs to something that's not gangster. This is music. This is the music industry. And you have to understand, in any industry, there's critics. And there's people that will call you out when they think you're being funny. And I'm one of them, bro. And I was on your side. But now I'm throwing torpedoes and darts at you, homie. Because you deserve it, and see how you handle it. Because you know you're not going to bust a grape, homie. You know you're not going to bust a grape in a grape strike, baby. You feel me? You're not. You're not going to do it, bro. You know it. You're going to risk your whole freedom, your whole career for a podcaster in his garage? Come on, bro. You got to get deeper, homie. I know you're a smart dog. I see the smartness in you. I see your greatness. That's the sad part, homie, is that I saw your greatness, but you're acting like a child now. And children get handled like, by their daddy. And you're getting daddied right now, bro. I'm daddying you because I'm your daddy, nigga. I'm your daddy. Just remember that I'm your daddy. I'm the fool. I'm the face of the fools. I'm the one that created all of this. In the history, they're going to remember me. They're not going to remember LA's fat icon. They're not going to remember Rich Homie 1. They're going to remember Pocho1. That's who they're going to remember. Because I'm the most dynamic voice of my generation. And right now it's uncomfortable and you guys might not understand, but in the future you will understand that I'm a real one and nobody's ever spoken like this and ever made plays like this and put people in position. And looked out and put people on. I put more LA babies. Shout out to all the real LA fools that show love. You know who you are. I put a whole generation of LA kids on their first interviews all through Los Angeles. And it's a proven fact. Those things I'm putting on YouTube are not interviews I'm doing now. They're interviews of the past. That's what got me so connected. And LA took care of me for over 13 years. Not one scratch on me. You guys all got bullet wounds and scars and all that. I don't got a scratch from LA. All I got is love, empowerment, all the beautiful women, the memories, a marriage, a life, mistakes, sobriety, working for the biggest nonprofits and news agencies like CNN and Father Greg Boyle and Homeboy Industries. I've lived a great life, bro, and I have something to say, and you're not gonna hold me back, Lefty. I do apologize, homie, if I made you feel some type of way. I will give you that. I will give you an apology, and I will give you this much more. I will try not to speak on you, like just to speak on you, but you're in the culture, homie, and I'm gonna speak about LA as much as I want, homie. I was born in Southern California. I don't need to. We don't need to have an excuse. You don't excuse that guy Clown Lokes from another state. You, Blue Devil, Playgirl, Opina, you guys be choosing. You guys gotta stop choosing. It's either all or nothing. You guys choose what works for you. That's what kids do. You don't stand on business. That's why I left the food committee, because I stood on something. It didn't matter how much clout was involved. I stood on something. And I stand on this, Lefty. You are a great dude, bro. You have the talent. You didn't need to do all this dissing. And now it could be too late. I still, even to this day, when you're threatening me, I still want you to win, homie. Because I know I'm older than you. I gotta try to be a little bit older than you, even in my own ways. And know that you can make it if you start making the right decisions. And you even said it. You came more humble. You didn't do all this. You still went off. They didn't even have any time to talk because it was just the Lefty show. You gotta manage your voice, homie. You gotta try to think for the long run, not for the moment. Remember that you're going up, but you're gonna be coming down. And how you treat people, bro. How you treat people is gonna matter when you're coming down, so that you can have a second turn at it if you want. And how you treat people on the way coming down is how you're gonna be treated. Whoop-de-whoop-wop, it doesn't matter. One more time, I didn't say that you wanted a verse. I said that you were down. But when they weren't down, you did get butthurt. And you need to just admit that and move on. That didn't mean that doesn't take anything away from you. I can't believe in this day and age, bro, and you're gonna act like that you lost something for being open-minded. No, you gained something, bro, because you were open at the time. That's why I was promoting you, because I do have what I want. What I want is to all the brown kids not to have to worry about this anymore. To worry about where you're from, what you're doing, just about the music. Focus on the music. All this extra stuff doesn't matter. And in the times, in the history, my message will be louder than all these other fools. All these other fools won't be remembered. You think they're popular right now, but they won't be remembered because there's no substance. There's nothing is serious. You think other people that are looking at from other cultures are looking at these podcasts and taking us serious? Yeah, I might be a fool. I might not get as many views as I do, but as I go, I'm getting it. I'm getting up, and the right people are seeing it. And God sees it. My family sees it. And I'm proud. You know, somebody passed away. A couple people have passed away that were, you know, relatively close to me. My family, kind of people married into my family. Rest in peace. I'm not going to say their names, and it made me think that I don't want to get on this platform and start destroying Lefty, you know, and destroying all these people. But I'm also not going to let you, you know, speak on me, bro. And one more, and then another thing, one of the last things, don't ever talk about me and being weird about sliding in girls' DMs, bro. We all slide in DMs. We all get slid on. Girls slide in my DM too. Don't try to create something that is small. Like that's what you guys do, little cholo Karens. Everybody slides in DMs. You know. Let's talk about the facts. I have a healthy co-parenting relationship with the mother of my child. My daughter's always with me. I don't see you with your kids at all. It don't seem like you have any healthy relationships in your family. I have nothing but healthy relationships. I've been adding value to my family for all the time. You're just starting to be able to give your family a little bit of something. And even then, you publicly talk bad about your family, bro. That's not honorable. There's certain things you don't talk about, bro. You don't bring up your family in a negative manner. If I had negative things to talk about my family, I wouldn't bring it up right here in this way, in that way, in front of one of the biggest podcasts in the West Coast right now. Shout out to Blue Devil because he is doing this thing. I have to give it to him. The sets are sick. His work is dope. It is what it is. I'm not gonna lie. I will not lie about how I think something is dope. But I'm serious. You got to think your decisions are what got you here. You disrespecting your own people in the South. You disrespecting the North. You know, being so emotional and such a personality. You getting mad at Adam for asking you a simple question about Crip Mac. These all are emotional responses. You know, you're not, or they're emotional reactions. I'm sorry, they're not You're not responding. You're reacting, bro. You're reacting, and people eventually are gonna get sick of it. After they get their views out of you, you're gonna be left. And I could tell, you could tell in that video, bro, that you're still sad and that you're still, you know that something's wrong, bro. You know it's slipping away from you, homie. So you better figure it out and apologize. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna apologize, just like Swifty did. Trust me. Everybody apologizes. That's what happens, homie. You disrespect honorable culture, honorable people, and you have to apologize. Now, I don't agree with people up here disrespecting the South, but that's not for me. I'm not interacting with them. And why do I interact with more people from down south? Because that's where the action's at. And the gossip, too. You don't see the homies up here gossiping, being comadres up here and getting on lives and disrespecting each other and going crazy and pulling up on each other. If they do, they handle that on the low. They're professionals and gentlemen, like most of the Southerners I know. So I don't even take, you guys have to understand there's a real Southern side, and they're respectful and they're with the business, and you cannot play with them. And I would never try to disrespect the real South side. But these studio gangster artist types, bro, I'm not disrespecting the South side. I'm disrespecting these guys that are, in my opinion, making the South side look like some kind of buffoonery thing, man. I don't know. But we should all figure it out. I will do my best not to speak on you if I don't need to. But if I do, I'm going to, bro. And yes, you and Rico Too Smooth would have been a bigger project than all of these guys. And I'm disappointed in both of you fools. And you guys are both fools, not men. And we're going to teach you fools how to go from fools to men. So again, Lefty, you reached out to all of us. And then you disrespected half of us. And then when some of us spoke up, you got butthurt that we spoke up and stood up for ourselves and for our people. You know, it's all about you. You gotta see, bro, you're acting like a little kid, bro. That's what little kids are doing, bro. And then you're trying to bring in some extra stuff, some Captain Savior. You're a straight captain, my boy. That stuff about the girl, your homegirls, that's a straight captain. I've never seen a Captain Savior in my whole life, bro. I stand on everything I do, bro. I'm Meta verified, full name. Anybody has any issues, get at me in the DM. Screen record it, all that. I'll do all that and get at me if you have a problem with me. You don't go around, Lefty. You don't need to go back to other podcasts. Get at me if you have a problem. We can meet up. I already told you. But if not, you keep doing your thing. I'm gonna keep doing my thing in my garage, and I'm gonna liberate my people from mental illness, from slavery. I'm gonna free you, bro. I'm gonna free you. And you're uncomfortable right now with me because you know that I'm right. All you fools know that I'm right, bro. That we should be moving up and down, and that we should all be embracing each other. Even the North and the Upstate guys and all that. Seti's doing a podcast, and I started watching it. He's actually not that bad. From Bay Recon, shout out to Seti. I think that's how you say them. He's actually not that bad. So I'm gonna start with myself and try to be better. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna cat out. I'm not gonna, be a fool. But all this threatening and all that, it got to go, Lefty. You're better than that, and you're bigger than that. I hope the best for you, Lefty. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for the Kings. I hope you start to really see the truth and see who was in your corner when nobody was. And that for that, you should give me the respect. The reason why I don't go all the way out with Icon and with Juan is because at certain times, Juan did certain things for me, Icon did certain things for me, and because of that, I'll never go all the way out. And there's certain things I did for you that you shouldn't talk to me in that way. You feel me? And I still think that you can make it, but you have to let go of these gang politics and become the superstar that I know you are. This is your boy Pocho1 of the Pocho Live Podcast. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and deal with a real one. Let's interact with a real one. Yeah, I'm coming up. I just started, people. But show love, share with your friends. Let people know, even the old-fashioned way. And support a real one in these streets, you feel me? Much love and respect. This is your boy Pocho1, and I'm out!